Hey YouTube, KaraModFit6 here. Continuing on with the Let's Play of KOTOR 2. We are currently in the Ebon Hawk, and we are going to be fighting 25 Sith Assault Troopers. That'll be fun. So for starters, let's just equip a new energy shield and enable it on everybody.
I hear you.
Right. Change that to aggressive. And we'll put energy resistance on, and we're probably going to be using the stimulant just cause it's worth it. We're going to be making some really good use of grenades in this battle since they're all pretty much cooped up in like really tight spaces. So, grenades are really useful. And that's why they are useful. Just keep on throwing them and they pretty much die pretty quickly. Right, so let's keep on moving. And we'll just melee the rest of these. Or in Anne's case, blast them to oblivion.
Time to even the odds.
Okay, let's throw a grenade at that guy. I'm gonna level up. Let's do recommended on that. Force powers. Let me see. We'll get burst of speed. And let's see, is this guy dead? No, he's not. So you got a few there. Let's throw a grenade at him. Throw another one. Change it up a bit, throw a frag. There's two here. Sonic, frag. We'll switch to blaster. And let's just blast it from a distance. Level up again. Feats. Let's get the next toughness feat. We need more vitality points. 2 force powers. We can finally use the light side power heal. Finally. And we finally also have the ability to obtain force deflection, which is really, really useful in the beginning since you don't have a lightsaber. So let's get that. Energy shield again, switch to melee, and let's keep moving. Okay, so we've got a few guys in here. Let's throw a grenade at them. Do a sonic grenade. Let's just melee the rest of these guys.
Time to take you down to size. Let's settle this.
Wow. Only 10 remain. Let's move. And we've got a few in here. Let's throw another sonic grenade. Let's change it to this guy here.
Time to take you down to size.
8 left. Make that 7. Sometimes these guys, these guys sometimes drop some stuff, and they're worth getting. Able to shield again, and we'll use heal this time. Isn't that an awesome force power to have? Alright, let's go. Oh, we got some remains here. Computer spike. Got another bit of remains here as well. Parts. Alright, let's go this way. And look what we have here. Some more of these things. Let's throw another grenade at them. Why aren't you moving? The AI on these games is kind of crappy. 6 left. 5 left. 4 left. See any drops? Yes, there's one. Credits. Alright, I think the only place we haven't looked is the cargo hold. So let's go here. Look at that, a few more. Do a monitor detonator. Yeah, let's target him.
Let's settle this.
Okay, level up. Another force power to obtain. Let's take, what's this one? Mind trick. We'll do this one. Affect mind. Since we are supposedly persuasive, might as well get that. 2 left. Hold on, I want to get that bit of remains first. Okay, any drops? Nope. Alright, you're going to hell later. Almost dead. Level up. We're gonna work on wisdom since we're still consular. Force power. Let's take. I don't really want to get dominate mind as of yet because I kind of want to get some better force powers right now. So let's do. We'll do force scream. And that ends our level up campaign. Any drops? Any drops? No drops? Wait, drops? Yes. Okay.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Huh. Kreia appears out of nowhere and it appears her hand is sliced off.
There is no time. We must leave.
If they hit us, we're dead. If they keep missing us, it's great odds. Somebody shut that trash compactor up.
Well, looks like we're in somewhat of a predicament. So let's see. Let's ask Aden what we can do about this.
I'm doing all I can, and that's not enough. What'd you do to make these guys so mad? Well, either they hit us and destroy us, or they hit an asteroid and make the whole field go nova.
Can we jump to hyperspace?
Not with all these asteroids around us. We'd enter hyperspace in pieces. We have to clear that field first. Thing is, we clear the field and they're gonna have a clear shot at us.
Alright then. Well, if we have to get... If we have to clear the field, let's fire on the asteroids.
That'll take out the whole field, the colony, and maybe us. We might not even be able to jump to hyperspace in time.
Then we die here. Choose now.
Alright, well, since we're playing light side, we'll try and avoid everything, so we'll do option 3.
Hold on! This is gonna get a little rocky. planet, maybe one of you can tell me what's going on. Because between assassin droids, a Sith Lord that looks like he sleeps with vibroblades, and being target practice for a Republic warship, I was better off in my cell.
The Republic warship was the Harbinger. It was seized on its way to Telos by the Sith. They sought you, Jedi.
The Harbinger was on its way to Telos. Really?
Yes, to aid in the recovery effort there. Many roads lead to Telos, including ours.
Not like we have much of a choice, the Peragus astrogation charts being what they are.
It is where we must go, and where the Harbinger was bound before our unfortunate encounter on Peragus.
How did you know I was on board the Harbinger?
You were difficult to find, but coincidence was on our side. When I learned that you were on the vessel, I knew the Sith would not be far behind. When we intercepted the Harbinger, it was crippled, drifting in space. It was a simple matter to board the vessel and rescue you. Unknown to me, however, the Sith were already on board. Just as we made the jump to hyperspace, they fired upon us, nearly destroying the Ebon Hawk.
That's weird. I don't recall any of this.
Whatever occurred on board the Harbinger had rendered you unconscious. Though your thoughts were faint, I was still able to find you sealed in one of the cargo holds.
Coincidental. Too many coincidences.
True. But as one trained in the Force, you know that true coincidences are rare.
So, how did we get to Peragus?
I do not know how the Ebon Hawk was able to make it to Be silent. We're having a conversation here.
I just love how T3 just doesn't care what Kreia says. Just beeps his ass off. Well, apparently T3 repaired the ship and got us to Peragus. And that's pretty much true since we played the prologue. The prologue. Sorry. Can't speak right today.
Repaired this ship, my eye. Next thing you know, it's gonna claim credit for saving our skins. If that little noisemaker says it repaired the ship once, then it can prove it by doing it again. Go on, get!
I think Anne meant to say my ass instead of my eye. But this game was rated T for teen, so yeah. So why exactly are these Sith looking for me?
Because you are the last of the Jedi. Once you are dead, then they have won.
How am I the last of the Jedi? I lost my connection to the Force.
Whatever lies you tell yourself are of no consequence. The Sith believe you to be a Jedi Knight, and that is all that matters.
But the last of the Jedi? That can't be true.
The Jedi's civil war destroyed the Jedi. By the war's end, barely 100 Jedi remained. Many fell in battle, and many more were seduced by Revan's teachings.
Really? What about the Jedi on Dantooine and Coruscant?
The Jedi Academy on Dantooine is nothing more than a crater that echoes with the ghosts of dead Jedi. And the Jedi Temple on Coruscant lies empty. The waters in the Room of 1,000 Fountains have fallen still, in reverence to the fallen Jedi, and those now lost. Many Jedi blamed the teachings of the Jedi Masters for Revan's fall, and the civil war that followed.
Well, if that's the case, if any Jedi survivors still live, we gotta warn them about the Sith threat.
Perhaps, but they are Jedi no longer. If the Sith have not already slain them, then they will not help you, nor can you help them.
Then how do you propose we stop the Sith?
That is not an easy question to answer. This threat is greater than you know, and I do not believe it is a battle that can be fought.
Well, they pretty much tried to assault me on Peragus, so they're probably just gonna keep on coming.
Look, enough with the we already.
We cannot hope to triumph against them alone. Just...
Whoops, I accidentally clicked the mouse there. Sorry about that. So, we cannot hope to triumph against them alone. To stop them, you'll need weapons, allies, and a teacher. In the end, I fear it may not be enough. Sorry about that. What do you mean?
You fought in the Mandalorian Wars, and it cost you everything. Are you willing to sacrifice as much again?
Well, when I went to the Mandalorian Wars, I was fighting to protect. Basically self-defense. So this is not war.
You are not listening to me. This is not like any field of battle you have ever fought in. Think carefully on your choice. If you choose to fight, if you choose war, it is a path few turn from once the first steps are taken. It carries with it a terrible price. And in the end, you may find you have nothing left to sacrifice.
Well, I turned away from war once. I can certainly do it again.
Like so many Jedi, you hear, but you do not listen. You have much to learn, but we have spoken long enough, and my wound pains me. If you have other questions, find me in the crew quarters. There we will speak more.
Hey, don't stop your long, boring rants on my account. I was just getting sleepy-eyed.
Also in private, we will be mercifully free from the opinions of imbeciles and fools.
Look, not like I care or anything, but you might want to go check on our passenger, especially with that hand of hers.
Yep, Han's right. She might need help. Sure you can handle things up here?
We're on autopilot until we hit Telos. Until then, a droid could fly this thing. Besides, I think our passenger could use your help.
Alright then. I'll go check on her. Sweet, we got some light side points. Yeah. Okay, so let's go check on Kreia. I believe she is... Is she this way? Yeah, I think she's this way.
Have you come for more answers? There is little more left to give.
Wasn't she the one who told me to come here to ask her more questions? So, the first thing that we have to ask her is about that hand problem we had back at Peragus.
That does not surprise me, any more than you hearing my thoughts when we were apart. The pain, however, was unexpected. If I could, I would have shielded you from it.
So if I felt the loss of your hand, what would have happened if you had died?
I do not know. I fear that the consequences would have been more extreme.
More extreme consequences? Would death be a possible case?
Possibly, yes, and I fear it works both ways. I would not wish to test it, nor should you.
Alright then. Well, it appears that this link has both pros and cons, so I guess we'll have to work together and try to be careful until we can fix it.
When battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Peragus.
Any idea how this bond could have happened?
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong, and its roots run deep. It seems the Force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the Force to heal or strengthen ourselves, the other is aided as well.
So we possess the Force Chain special ability. When either of us uses the Force power, the other gains a benefit as well. Very useful.
A powerful technique indeed, though, as we have noticed, it has its drawbacks.
So, what do we do now?
I do not know. The Sith struck more swiftly than I thought, and they will not stop until they have you in their grasp. If you fall, all the galaxy will echo it.
There has to be someplace we can go.
It does not matter where we go. It is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. All paths will take us to the end, whatever it may be, and no matter how strongly we fight against it. For now, we are bound for Telos, and that is enough.
Enough for what?
Before the war, Jedi who failed their training were sent to the fields of Telos to serve the galaxy, not as Jedi Knights, but as farmers and laborers. The destruction of Telos was complete. I doubt any Jedi remain. Yet there may be echoes of their passing. We shall see.
Well, that must really suck.
Then I am left with nothing more than we had already. My faith in you and your ability to meet what comes. I I would see to that fool in the cockpit and remind him of our destination. I would not want him attempting to veer from Telos. He is a fool and an imbecile. His potential lies downwards, not up. Watch that one. His thoughts are slippery. I do not trust him, and nor should you. Such a man serves himself first, and his allies next.
Alright. So let's just talk to Kreia again, see what else we can get out of her.
If I were you, I would ask.
So, tell me more about the Sith that are hunting us.
These Sith, they seek the death of all Jedi, as have all the Sith, since the Jedi Order was first split.
First split?
Yes, the Jedi Civil War is not the first one of its kind. Thousands of years ago, the Jedi had another civil war that split the Order. It was a terrible thing. A faction among the Jedi abandoned the teachings of the Order, following their own path. They waged war on their fellow Jedi, a war that raged across the galaxy. But these fallen Jedi were cast out, defeated, and they retreated to worlds in the Outer Rim. Over time, they took on the mantle of the Lords of the Sith, but in their hearts they never forgot the Jedi. The hatred for the Jedi Order burns in their veins like fire and echoes in their teachings. Revan tasted it, as Malak did.
But these Sith, they seem different.
In a manner of speaking, they are different from Malak in that they are concerned only with the destruction of the Jedi. For them, it is all that matters, all that ever mattered. It is a different war these Sith wage, a thing of silence and shadow. They strike from the darkness, hiding from the face of the galaxy until all Jedi are exterminated. After all the Jedi are gone, then the galaxy is theirs, no matter whether the Sith or the Republic rules. It is the dark side that shall reign, unchecked.
I've never seen Sith assassins like those on the Harbinger. Actually, let's choose option 3. Sith on Peragus knew some Force techniques, but they were extremely weak.
I believe them to be the result of special teachings. Their apparent weakness against you is evidence of this. Those Sith assassins can sense their prey through the Force. It is like a hunger. They feed and grow stronger when they are near Force sensitives. The stronger their prey is in the Force, the deadlier they become. As long as you were cut off from it, you were able to evade their sight. But after Peragus, I fear that you will be no longer shielded from their eyes, or the eyes of their masters. The stronger you grow, the more will come.
Alright, let's reflect on this again.
I would see to that fool in the If I were you...
Let's see what else we can ask her.
Ask.
Let's talk about the Force.
Indeed. And was it the same as before?
It was like a whisper, at the edge of hearing.
If my suspicions are correct, perhaps the damage the Jedi Council did was not as permanent as they thought. It is not an easy thing to cut one off from the Force.
Wait a second, the Jedi did this to me?
What did you believe? That you suddenly lost your connection with the Force without reason?
But it's not possible to cut one off from the Force. I mean, it's kind of like deafening someone, or blinding them.
Indeed it is. It is much like losing one's ability to listen, or being put into a deep sleep, unable to awaken to the galaxy around you. Such a thing has been done before, when Jedi have pronounced sentence on their own, and exiled them as they did you.
But the Jedi are peacekeepers, aren't they? I couldn't imagine them inflicting such a punishment on someone. Sounds too cruel.
If not the Jedi, then what did you think was the cause of such a loss?
Well, I think it might have been my actions. Forgetting my training and the Jedi teachings.
War leaves many scars, but rarely does it blind one to the Force. If anything, conflict and challenge may make the connection stronger, more intense. No matter what horrors you experienced in the war, no matter who you served, it is unlikely that the Force would be lost to you unless another factor was involved.
So, can my connection to the Force be healed?
It is possible that such a thing can be undone. Still, even so, the chances of the Jedi undoing such a thing for a traitor is a slim thing at best, assuming they yet live.
But you said it was possible. How?
Our link may have had other consequences. Perhaps you can hear the Force again, distantly, through me. If so, then there is hope. I may be able to teach you, train you to feel the Force again. And if you will not allow me to help you, then other Jedi must train you, or undo the damage they have done.
Oh, I'll honor whatever training you wish to give me.
Do not honor me, fallen Jedi. Honor it by listening and learning. Do that, and perhaps we shall survive this thing, you and I. I offer to train you to become strong again, to know the ways of the Force, and to hear the Force sing within you as it once did.
I'll welcome whatever aid you offer.
Then our training shall begin. Whenever I travel with you, I shall impart what I can to you, through my words and presence.
Gotta take some time to reflect on this.
I would see to that...
It's got some influence and some more light side points. So let's save this to Telos. Let's just go through a little bit more dialogue.
I would see to that... Ask.
So, tell me what happened since the Mandalorian Wars.
Much has happened in the galaxy in your absence, and since the defeat of the Mandalorians at Malachor 5.
Tell me about the Mandalorian Wars.
It is a tale you already know well. Almost a decade ago, the Mandalorians began preying on the Republic, bringing the fires of war to many planets along the Outer Rim. Their predations continued, winning victory after victory, until the Republic finally begged the Jedi Council for aid.
But the Jedi Council didn't help. Only a few of the Jedi Knights did.
Indeed, the Jedi Council counseled caution and patience to assess the Mandalorian threat as the Outer Rim burned.
And as we all know, Revan and Malak, they refused to wait.
Two Jedi Knights, Revan and Malak, defied the Jedi Council. They challenged the Mandalorian fierceness and brutality on the battlefield with a viciousness of their own. Revan's entrance into the conflict marked the true beginning and end of the war. It was Revan who drove the Mandalorians back into the unknown regions.
Until we destroyed them at Malachor 5.
Yes, I have heard tales of Malachor 5 and Revan's part in it. I know you served there in that final battle. It must have been a terrible thing.
Many Jedi died at Malachor 5, and the conflict split the Jedi Order.
You speak the truth. The war's end was merely another beginning, and what seemed a victory for the Republic was far from it. Many believed the Mandalorians defeated Malachor 5, but the Mandalorians taught the Jedi much through battle, and so it was that Malak, Revan, and the Jedi that followed them discovered their true natures in the Mandalorian Crusade. But you know this.
I felt them fall. The war had consumed them.
Consumed them? No. Taught them. Defined them? Yes. As Revan and Malak fought the Mandalorians in battle after battle, they grew to despise weakness, just as the Mandalorians did. In the end, the Mandalorians had taught them through conflict, shaped the Jedi, and turned them into a weapon against the Republic.
And that was the Jedi Civil War.
Revan and Malak, and all the Jedi that served them, turned against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Jedi fought Jedi. Revan was ambushed by the Jedi and captured. Malak continued to wage war in his master's place, inflicting terrible wounds on the Republic. Wounds that bleed still.
So how are Malak and the Sith defeated?
As all Sith do, without a strong enemy, the Sith turned on each other. Revan escaped the Jedi and returned to finish Malak, and that was the end of the Jedi Civil War.
But what happened to Revan?
After defeating Malak, Revan left the Republic, and there are none who know where he has gone. It is said that the Sith remnants turned on themselves after Revan defeated Malak, reducing Korriban to ruin as the Republic still bleeds and struggles for life. Where Revan wanders now, I do not know.
So Revan saved the Republic.
It would seem that way from a certain point of view, perhaps. The Jedi Civil War left wounds that have yet to heal. We shall see if the Republic has the strength to survive.
Well, we gotta do what we can to help the Republic recover from the war.
A culture's teachings, and most importantly the nature of its people, achieve definition in conflict. They find themselves lacking. Too long did the Republic remain unchallenged. It is a stagnant beast that labors for breath and has for centuries. The Jedi Order was the heart that sustained its sickness. Now the Jedi are lost. We shall see how long the Republic can survive.
Can anything be done to help the Republic?
We shall see. The Jedi Civil War cost the Republic much. The resources of the Sith seemed limitless. The Republic's was not. Fleets of warships, soldiers, and people were lost. Entire planets were decimated. Their inhabitants dead or refugees. It is a great burden for any civilization to bear. And this new threat, it is a quiet thing. Unlike the Jedi Civil War, it drives at something deeper than the strength of the Republic. It is aimed at you.
This threat is directed against me.
The Republic was never what was important, ever. It was but a shell that surrounds the Jedi, just as the teachings of the Jedi are a shell surrounding the heart of man. You see, the war, the true war, has never been one waged by droids or warships or soldiers. They are but crude matter, obstacles against which we test ourselves. The true war is waged in the hearts of all living things, against our own natures, light or dark. That is what shapes and binds this galaxy, not these creations of man. You are the battleground, and if you fall, the death of the Republic will be such a quiet thing, a whisper, that shall herald the darkness to come.
Alright, gotta reflect on this.
I would see...
Yay! More light side points. Okay. So let's just quickly go back to N, and I think that'll be it for this video.
How's our passenger? She's still aging?
Some without much to say. She sure says a lot.
Yeah, to you, maybe. I don't usually hear much beyond fool and imbecile. She's lucky she's a Jedi, or someone would have killed her years ago. I mean, how old do you think she is? She may have been good-looking once, but it takes some hard living to make creases like that.
Wow. N is so frickin' desperate.
Hey, I just got out of prison. If we had a decent navicomputer, trust me, we'd be dropping out of hyperspace into the Nar Shaddaa Red Sector right now.
After spacing that old witch, of course.
Come on, N. Don't be so cruel towards Kreia. She helped us escape, right?
Whoa, all right, don't get mad at me. Hey, I didn't ask her to stay behind and get her hand cut off, okay? I mean, I appreciate what she did and all, but she could stand to lay off the insults herself, you know?
Getting empathy from you is like squeezing water from a stone.
Yeah? Well, how much water you get from a stone depends what planet you're on.
We're still on course for Telos.
Like we have a choice? It's the only place Peragus had logged in their astrogation charts. If you thought Peragus was dead, then Telos is a dying world they're trying to breathe back to life. Should be there before too long. You can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
Alright, cool.
So, what happened?
What happened to what?
Don't give me that. There were plenty of times back on Peragus where a lightsaber would have been helpful.
So where's yours?
My lightsaber, it was taken from me by the Council.
Oh yeah? I thought a Jedi was supposed to be married to their lightsaber. Guess I heard wrong. Were you a single hilt or one of those double-bladed Jedi?
Single hilt.
Huh. Figures. It wasn't red, was it?
No, it actually wasn't. The blade and crystal were both unique.
Yeah? Unique how?
It was a Viridian blade, one the Jedi Order had never seen before.
Must have been something. Sure be nice to have it now. Might make those Sith think twice before coming after us.
It's no matter. It was taken from me long ago.
Alright, forget I said anything. Like I said before, you can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
Right, more light side points. Look at that. We're going towards the light. Alright, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much gonna be it for this video. Gonna be dropping into Telos. I'll probably have like a cutscene thing after this part. And I'll see you guys until then. So until next time, Mod 56 signing off.